Holy Snikes, folks. We know the race schedule for next week now. The weekly race schedule, even though it's called daily race. And apparently this one's even for today. But I'll give a bit of leeway there because I think in some regions it would technically be today, as in Sunday the 23rd, when the races switch. So whatever, that's no big deal. But the big deal here is, and it's a positive, is apparently they're changing up the daily/weekly races a bit. Look what this one says, folks. It's race A at Tsukuba. Probably pronouncing that one wrong even still, but y'all know that track. And here's something that we kind of don't know about. It's a race A with 20 players and fuel and tires. That's different. Usually that's associated with race C's and FIA events, so that's a change. Will be for better or worse, who knows? But this is another thing that who knows about. Cars, N200/1 make. What does that mean? Does that mean that it's just a one make car that happens to be an N200 class? Or is PD actually adding something new? Given that we already know about some cars coming into the game, such as a 92 NSX and a Nissan 300 SX, which would both, I assume, be N300, plus some Porsches as well that I'm not 100% sure what class they would be. But I don't think there'd be too much higher than N300. Maybe this means that we can either choose a stock N300 car and then put it up against tuned N200s. Maybe. I think that would be a fairish fight. Let's say at Tsukuba, a handling track, you can either use a stock Nissan 300 SX, or you can use any tuned N200 car you have. That would be pretty competitive. The NSX would kill everything on the straights, but this track ain't the most for straights. There's that one relatively long back straight to the rest of the track, but I'd say that would be pretty competitive though. I think I would go with the N200s because I can use the quote-unquote Mopars there, meaning the mediocre Miata, and the Fiat Bart. Those are hard for me to accept, but nonetheless, they're more Mopar than anything else than N200s, so I would use them, but who knows what this actually entails. Maybe that's what that means, maybe it doesn't. Or maybe it's typo on somebody's end, because there's 2 more races left, and let's look at them. Remember that race said it's supposed to be on the 23rd. This race is apparently going to be on the 24th. Again, there's difference in regions and times and all that, but nonetheless, this is a day difference. It's not a time difference, it's a date difference. So could this mean that daily races actually change daily again? That would be incredible. That would be something no one ever expected. Daily races to change on a daily basis. Wow. Or even that is also still typo and so much of it off because invalidate. I'm not saying invalidate. I'm saying invalidate. There's a difference there. I don't know what that difference truly is. I don't know if you just take that as face value, saying these dates don't really mean anything and they're just placeholders. Given that we are supposedly getting new content, that could be what's happening. Or it's just a typo on somebody's end. I don't know if it's Kudos Prime, or if it's PD, I don't know. I'll link this page in the description of the video and y'all can try to figure it out for yourselves. But here's something that I do know fairly well about. The other race of these 3 races listed. Tokyo Expressway Central Outer Loop. Yeah, I like that track. Pretty good amount. Pretty sure as of now I still hold the world record for its circuit experience. Decent there. 5 laps. 12 players. Cars N100/specially provided car. One of the races said N200/1 make. This says in 100 slash specially provided car. I don't 100% know what the difference in specially provided car and one make is, because both of those kind of sound like the same thing. But I do know this. No tires, no fuel, relatively short race, so I think this is pretty much confirmed of it being a race and not just a typo, but here's what I'm also going to confirm for myself. There's a bit of confusion in terms of when we're going to get the updates and all that, but it is looking like it's going to be a pretty competent good update in terms of what we get. Here's something that hasn't been all that confusing lately. GT Sport, in terms of actually playing what we get in updates, has been pretty bad, honestly. The penalty system seems to be incapable of being fixed completely. Obviously, completely is relative to person by person, but it seems like the majority still doesn't like the penalty system. If the majority still doesn't like it, I wouldn't consider that a success, no matter how much they're trying to fix it. Then meaning PD, and another thing involving PD is, well, the races they put out as well. If the races aren't being able to be done well because of the penalty system, and there's not that many of them, there's not that much point doing them anymore. But I've said that in other videos, and I've even said that I may do a full-on video that's boycotting the races completely. But this race in particular will be what decides if I do that boycott or not. This is what it's coming down to. My best track in the game, and probably in any racing game period for me. I hold a world record for this track for all sectors of the track. In the most popular game I have that still is online now. I have some world records in Drive Club, but not that many people play that game anymore. GT Sport still has a decent following. It's dwindling. It really is. And I may be one of the ones who's making it dwindling in the future. But this will be what decides it. All this stuff looks cool and mysterious, and it could actually be something incredible. Who knows? Or it could be something we should get from the very beginning. But again, that may be a different video as well. Meaning daily races being daily, and cars being in a game more than just 100 and something to start out with. But different video. This will be this video and ongoing videos for the week. If this race actually is what happens and stays for the week, again, that may be pending updates and stuff, so this may change my plans of what I do during the week depending on the updates and stuff, if and when they happen. But if it stays as it's showing now, I'm going to be doing this race until it ends. And I'm going to try to incorporate something or another day by day with this race on the channel. I know I'm taking a brief break with doing videos, but that's just because I'm kind of running out of stuff to do related to GT Sport, and that's the main thing I have on the channel. That's what y'all like most, and that's what I'm generally best at, usually. There's more fun games out there in terms of just entertainment value, but in terms of skill plus entertainment value plus what y'all are used to, GT Sport overall wins with those. I'll admit, GT Sport hasn't had the most things to special date, but that's probably been the game that I most wanted to special date stuff on since it came out, just because those races can be competitive, but lately there's been such an inability to make competitive races, it's just not had that much point. So, here's how I'm going to be incorporating it day by day in terms of how I do this event, if this event holds up, and that's what it truly is for the week. I'm going to be running my main account, Barrett5, not the alt account GTS, which is extremely risky, but I don't care anymore. I'm going to run that account every day, most likely. I may try to test some stuff on the alt account depending on stuff, but we'll see. My plan is to run it on my main account every day, no matter what happens. And at the end, when this event switches over, if on my main account I still have an S sportsmanship rating, I don't care if it's 99 as S, and a driver rating that is over 62,500, I'm starting at about 63,000 something. So I don't care if I go down much, because realistically it's going to ebb and flow, but if I go below it, that's pretty negative for how good I am with this track. But if I end the week lower than 62,500 and or less than the S sportsmanship rating, I'm done racing GT Sport online races. There's so many glitches and so many problems that something like this may very well occur, even though I quite literally have world records at this track. I'm not saying I'm necessarily the best in the world at this track, because even the world record in and of itself is a glitch, given not everyone can actually run the circuit experience on their main account anymore, because it's just hit or miss whether the times register. But still, I think it's safe to say I know what I'm doing with this track, so this seems the most fair and consistent way to test to see if the game can be well fair and consistent. Because I think out of all the track theories, I have confidence here more than the rest. I can test fairly and consistently to be able to get accurate positioning over a week's time of testing to be able to improve my overall driver rating, and my sportsmanship rating is already at 99. So if I end up going a lot lower on my very best track that I have world records on, then I think that pretty much proves something is up. If even the quote-unquote best of the best, again, y'all can make your own opinions on it, and I'm not saying I'm one of the best of the best, but I would say it before, and I'll say it again, I probably would be racing with the best of the best from time to time. If even the best of the best end up getting lowered overall, then there's no point in continuing for anyone. And this will be my test of it. All the new content and stuff is cool. It's nice that we're getting it, and I'm thankful that we are, but it also sorta kinda maybe should have been there to begin with. Maybe the game would have sold better if it had the stuff we've gotten in the last 11 months at the game's release. Maybe, just maybe. Who knows? But what I do know is that I'm pretty consistent at this track. And if a game is so inconsistent that it penalizes me for racing at my very best track, I'm done with the online portion of this game in general. My plans of doing day-to-day content will be maybe special Titans if a race is competitive, but hard to really say with that on the fly. Probably what I'm gonna do mostly, if not all, is live stream. I don't know 100% when I'll live stream, or if I can every day, but I'll attempt to make something that equals 6 or 7 videos, meaning quote-unquote day by day. That'll be the plan, and hopefully it goes well. Saturday, Sunday, I'm not 100% sure on live streaming. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because it would be back at my house and not my college, so the internet's worse there, but hopefully by then I'd gain enough footing, and however what ends up happening, whether it be better or worse, I could have something for those days as well. But if it goes really bad, then I'm not going to have that much more, period, honestly. Meaning on the channel, or me playing the game at all. I'll touch more on this if it does go bad, but for now I'm just going to say in short, if GT Sport stays unplayable, there's not going to be as much content on my channel. Sorry, but I understand I'm more of a GT Sport YouTuber. Yeah, I can do random clips of GTA 5, Crew 2, NBA. And as I've always said, and I always will say, is I attempt to put in, when they are just clips of stuff, something that I haven't seen on anyone else's channel. But I understand there's basically infinite channels out there. So those clips have probably been roughly seen on another channel out there, even if I haven't seen it. But if I can't do my own unique content that literally is my own, because I'm talking, it's pretty indisputable to say this is my own stuff, given that I'm saying it, and I'm selling races that I was in. If there's no point in doing races anymore, then I won't be able to sell races I'm in. So then that'll about be it. if y'all truly, really want to see, like, just clips and stuff, I'll try to keep that going, but I think y'all are probably more here for the unique content than just the clips and stuff. I'm not bashing the clips in general, I'm just saying that even I enjoy doing the special tapings and stuff more than clips. I just can't always have a special taping for every day in order to have time to do it, but now it's all of the things compounding. I don't have as much time, I can't really do it loudly like I used to anymore, and I don't know when that will end. And there may not be a point in doing it at all. This will be what shows it. Tokyo Expressway Central Outer Loop should lead a pretty successful week. And if I can grind that for an entire week and it goes well, then I may have more content in the future, because that would leave their point to do it. Yeah, I could just go on the alternate account and do races that sound fun, but even those have random BS that make the races themselves bad. Yeah, the result may not be terrible, I still finish in the top bit of the pack, and I don't really lose driver rating on my alternate account that's only B driver rating to begin with, but if the racing ain't good, it's somewhat pointless. And as of now, it's hard to actually make the racing good in online racing. So, well, that's that, folks. I'll go more into specifics after all this is over. And maybe during it, I'll see. But for now, just wait and see what happens, and y'all will see it with me live when I do the live streams. With me, luck, or whatever. I don't really know how much quote-unquote luck matters when something's happening live. Y'all can take that as you may. Yeah, I'll do my best. The races may not be all that competitive in a live stream either. But as long as I end with a positive result driver rating, I could still consider that something. If I can't have a competitive race, I'm fine if it ups my driver rating on my main account. If I'm on my alternate account, if I can't have a competitive race at all, it kind of avoids it even doing it there. So, let's see what happens, folks. For now, there's a lot of stuff up in the air, game-wide. Such as the new update, what it will truly bring, and when it will truly come out. But there's also stuff sport mode-wide that makes the main part of the game widely unplayable. Which may as well be a game-wide issue, because this is an online-oriented game. I've done videos of that in the past too, and I'm pretty negative towards it now and then. Probably always will be. I still see no positives to an online-oriented game, really. Especially when it may as well be online only. But that's here to stay. Let's see what's here to stay is actually doing the races. That's what we'll find out, and I hope y'all enjoy whatever's to come, because I quite literally don't know what is to come. There may be a lot more, there may be a week more, but I guess we're gonna find out pretty much together. So, I thank y'all who've stayed for this long, whether it be in this video or on my channel or whatever, and that channel will never completely go away no matter what happens, but if Gran Turismo as a series goes away in terms of it being relevant or good or fun, then by default the channel is kind of gonna go away. I'll do the best I can, but if the games themselves aren't really there, then there's only so much I can do. But I'll do my best for now, and hopefully y'all enjoy the best, however the best ends up. And for now, I'll say tentatively, be y'all. Not that loud, not all that confidently, but I still have a bit of faith in the best circumstances, which this pretty much is, that GT Sport can ultimately be fruitful in playing it. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm right.